September 18th, 2011. This is post number 3. It's a little behind schedule, and I haven't talked about school yet. I haven't talked about the town I live in, 3 posts in. But that's going to have to wait until next week, because last weekend I went on a trip. The Institute put us on a bus from Aix to the Côte d'Azur, or the French Riviera. We left at 9 a.m. for our first stop in Nice, one of the oldest human settlements in Europe. The city had beautiful Russian architecture in its town square, but what struck me the most, and I say this as someone who's never been to Italy, was how Italian the city looked. We were given carte blanche for a few hours to do whatever we wanted, so a few of us looked around at the shops and street vendors, of which there were many. I ate at my first French restaurant in the central marketplace. Being on the Mediterranean, naturally, there's an abundance of seafood.
We're in Nice, and so it's really great with salmon and some kind of sauce, I guess strawberry sauce, and a salad.
It's about 12 minutes. We follow him around and he goes to like all the...
The Promenade des Anglais is perhaps Nice's biggest attraction. An expansive road and boardwalk that overlooks the Mediterranean, it's been a landmark for about 150 years. And of course, we went swimming. The water felt great, you just didn't want to get all that salt in your eyes. We spent most of the afternoon on the beach instead of doing historical tours, but I don't think any of us regret that decision.
Oh, okay.
Tell me about Nice.
Nice, it's great, it's beautiful. These rocks, these are not pebbles. People ask, they're not pebbles, they're rocks. I like it. I like it a lot. The water is very nice.
Are you going to leave ever?
Yes, because they're going to tell me I have to later, but we'll probably come back.
Fair enough.
That's the plan.
We left Nice around 4 p.m. and had a wonderful view of the city on our way out. It's a little shaky because I was on the wrong side of the bus. Next up was a tour of a perfume factory tucked away in the mountains of Grasse. The tour was only about 15 minutes and nobody was working at those hours, but it was all new to me, so that was fun. Everybody left smelling like lavender. We were discouraged from taking pictures, so there's not much to see for this portion of the trip. After Grasse, we got settled in at our hostel, where we had dinner and wine, and more wine. Then we all got dapper for Monte Carlo. The thing about Monte Carlo is that I didn't bring my camera. Now this was the part of the trip everyone was really excited about, the Grand Casino, but as you know they don't want you to bring cameras in there. And even if I could, didn't really want to bring it anymore. So I could just tell you about Monte Carlo and how awesome it was. Or I could cheat and show you footage I didn't take. Monaco, for those who don't know, isn't really France. It is in fact its own country. It's a principality ruled by Prince Albert II, and it's situated between France and Italy. It's a tiny country too, less than 2 square miles of land and sea. Most of us went to the casino, which was flanked by a world-famous opera house, and the Hotel de Paris. I only lost like 15 euros gambling, which I should be grateful for at a casino with people throwing around thousands like it was nothing. They also had a Star Wars slot machine game, which was woefully out of place. And the cars. You've never seen so many Lamborghinis and Maybachs in one place. Just incredible. The hostel we stayed at was a camp more than anything else, and it too had a wonderful view of the ocean. Then it was off to Cannes, the city of festivals, and there was no shortage of restaurants and murals dedicated to the movies that had graced the festival. Things were a lot slower Sunday than they were in Nice, and I didn't really do anything beyond walking around like an idiot taking pictures. The Palais du Festival was closed, of course, but you could still see the handprints of people like Wong Kar-wai, Jean-Paul Belmondo, and Pedro Almodovar. So that was the trip. Next week, hopefully I'll have more to say about my school, my hometown, and tell you what life is like here.